Hi there, welcome back to the Selling Guys. In today's video, we are going to look at retail arbitrage, which is the easiest way to get started with Amazon FBA. Is it still a viable option for online selling? I'm going to explain what retail arbitrage is, compare retail and online arbitrage, lay out the blueprint for getting started, give real-world examples and the best tools to use, check out the biggest challenges, and finally, look at the best options for making money online. Alright, section 1, the foundation. Before we get into the really dense mechanics and strategies, let's just establish the absolute basics. At its core, Amazon arbitrage is incredibly straightforward. You're basically purchasing products at a lower price from retail stores. Think discount or clearance aisles, and then reselling them on platforms like Amazon for a profit. You aren't inventing a new product. You aren't building a brand from scratch. It's all about taking advantage of simple price differences and markups. Picture this. You walk into a Walmart and you spot a branded toy sitting in the clearance aisle for $10. You scan it and wow, that exact same toy is currently selling on Amazon for $30. So, you buy the toy, list it on Amazon, and once it sells, you pocket the profit. Left over after Amazon's fees and your shipping costs. That's the engine right there. Buy low, sell high, all while leveraging established marketplaces. Moving on to section 2, the fork in the road, retail versus online. So, once you've got the basic concept down, you hit your first major strategic choice as a business owner. You've essentially got two distinct paths. First is retail arbitrage, or RA. This is the physical hustle. Walking into brick-and-mortar stores like Target or Costco, scanning barcodes in the aisles and hunting for deals in person. Then there's online arbitrage, or OA. This is your digital strategy, sourcing from online retailers. Meaning, theoretically, you could run your entire business from your couch, using software to find those deals. Retail arbitrage requires very little upfront cash, but it can be incredibly time-consuming, and competition in those store aisles is fierce. Online arbitrage, on the flip side, is way easier to scale because you're using software to automate the whole sourcing process. But since everyone has internet access, you face even higher competition and you have to dodge tricky copyright issues. The most successful sellers often combine both strategies. Section 3, the blueprint step by step. Now that you know the paths, let's build the engine. Step 1 is setting up your account. You either go with the free individual plan or the $39 a month professional one. Step 2 is sourcing, where you actually validate demand. Step 3 is a massive one, choosing your fulfillment method. Do you ship items yourself or use fulfillment by Amazon FBA, where they do all the heavy lifting? FBA is highly recommended if you want to win that buy box. And step 4, absolutely crucial, is calculating profitability. You want to aim for at least a 30% return on investment and a strict minimum $5 net profit per unit. Step 5 is listing and shipping. And you've got to make sure your product matches the existing Amazon listing exactly to avoid angry customers. Step 6 is managing your business, watching those account health metrics like a hawk and repricing to stay competitive. And step 7 is the really fun part, scaling up, expanding your sourcing, restocking the winners and getting ungated, which just means getting permission to sell restricted brands. Section 4, real profits and tools, the data reality. We need to strip away those get-rich-quick myths. The data shows a pretty stark reality here. 62% of sellers took longer than 6 months just to make a profit. Plus, 70% of Amazon retail arbitrage sellers are making less than $5,000 a month. This is not some magic money tree. It takes serious, sustained hustle and a real willingness to push through those initial difficult months. And because it's tough, you absolutely can't guess. You need the right tools. Keeper is a game changer. It's a free tool that tracks price history so you don't get fooled by temporary price spikes. Buybot Pro checks for restrictive IP violations. Arbisource is amazing for automatically scanning millions of products online. The Amazon Seller app is your baseline tool for checking restrictions when you're out there scanning in physical stores. So, where does arbitrage actually fit into the grand scheme of e-commerce? Well, dropshipping is easy to start, but super high risk. Wholesale gives you reliable supply, but requires big capital. Private label gives you high margins and total brand control, but takes a ton of time to launch. Arbitrage, it sits perfectly right in the middle as the ultimate testing ground. It's cheap and fast to start. Think of it as your training wheels before graduating to the bigger, more robust business models. Section 5, the changing landscape. Let's look at market trends. Look, traditional arbitrage is undoubtedly getting harder. There are 3 massive trends you have to know about. First, a huge influx of new sellers, including overseas sellers who can aggressively undercut your prices. Second, Amazon is cracking down with stricter brand gating, often demanding written permission directly from the brand owners. And third, physical stores are catching on. Try buying a cart full of clearance items now. A lot of stores will stop you from buying in bulk. Finally, Section 6, your e-commerce future and long-term viability. So the crucial point is this: despite the hurdles, massive potential is absolutely still out there for those willing to adapt. In fact, getting ungated can actually become your secret weapon against the competition. And the data backs this up perfectly. 25% of all Amazon sellers are still doing retail arbitrage. And get this, 30% of those sellers are pulling in profits over $50,000. E-commerce is a beast that changes every 12 to 18 months. The sellers who survive are the ones who stay flexible and creative. You might start out scanning aisles at Walmart today and end up running $1 million brand tomorrow. So, is retail arbitrage dead? No way. It's definitely harder for sure, but thousands are still making it work. The real question is, are you going to use this explainer just as some good info, or as your launchpad to build a resilient, flexible online journey? Start the journey and see where it takes you. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll do my best to help. And if you found this video useful, please give it a like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. I'll include a link to the full article and other resources in the description below. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy selling.